You may have seen the comments made last month by Firewatch developer Campo Santo, who said that their debut game had sold beyond its wildest expectations, and now the game's publisher has shed some light on the actual sales figures, and according to a blog post from them, who are of course Panic, Firewatch actually recouped the company's investment in, quote, about a day, and apparently by the end of the first month of availability, Firewatch has sold a rather impressive 500,000 full-price copies. Now, the post from Panic reads, quote, Panic's metric for Firewatch's success was probably calibrated a little bit differently than Campo Santo's. Of course we wanted to make the best possible game we could, but we also had made an investment we really hoped to recoup. How'd it go? Firewatch's budget, while huge for us, was modest for a game of its quality and scope, but we made our investment back in about a day. Firewatch has already sold 500,000 full-price copies in its first month, and was even the top PlayStation Store digital download in February. Firewatch can be considered a sales success. We're so grateful and relieved, but mostly grateful. And in the blog post, which I will link in the description below if you're interested, they did touch a little bit on, of course, bug fixing and patches, and discuss how they perused, Twitter, forums, streams, and all sort of other things to say, oh, that's a bug we missed, crap, better go fix it. And of course, the very big issue of the PS4 performance at launch, which they pushed out a patch for pretty swiftly, and they say, quote, we're not quite done, we're still fixing bugs, we're still working on ways to improve performance all across the board, including on PS4 and on Mac. There's more to come. Now, you may also remember that Firewatch had a rather unique feature that on the PC version, where you could of course take photos with a disposable camera found in game, which of course was the same on the PS4, but on the PC, those photos could then be quote unquote developed and mailed to you, and these have sold about 1,000 sets. And that's good for a pretty impressive chunk of change, about $15,000 in revenue, and of course Firewatch, the game itself, was $19.99 on both PSN and Steam. Now of course Sony, Steam, and a fair few other people of course who take their piece of the pie of that particular number, it's still pretty damn impressive for Firewatch, and I'm really glad to see it did well, because it is very much deserving of this praise and success. It is probably one of the best interactive sort of narrative experiences. It is kind of a walking simulator, but it does have gameplay, and it has some of the best written dialogue, some of the best written characters I've seen in a long time, and it's just generally a great game, and I'm happy to see that it's worked out well for the developers, and I really look forward to seeing what they come up with next. So, congrats to both Panic and Campo Santo. Firewatch is doing really well, and of course this is only so far. I'd imagine it will sell a bit more as we go further into the lifespan, Steam sales and whatnot. I'd say time is only just started for Firewatch, but I'm glad that it started out so well. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.